All right, it's time for a mic shootout. We got two mics. On one hand, we've got the Zoom ZDM-1 mic for podcasting. The other side, we have a Rode, and that's a pod mic as well. So let's get to it. So who do we start with? On one hand, we've got a pretty good podcast mic here, really lightweight, and it sounds pretty good. I've used it for about a year. That's the Zoom ZDM-1. Very low cost. I believe you can get it for around $60 at Best Buy. And if you're looking to save a bit of money, this might be the one for you. Now, on the other hand, we've got the Rode pod mic. Now, I'm gonna admit, from the start, when I picked this Rode pod mic up, I was like, this thing is super duper heavy. Compared to the Zoom ZDM-1, it just feels like the build is a lot stronger. And so because of that, I thought maybe the mic was going to be 10 times better too. But it's a little tricky. I'll tell you why in a minute. So on one hand, we have a lightweight mic ZDM-1 from Zoom. And I did say I was using this for about a year. I'm pretty happy with it. I use it for Zoom meetings. I use it for, YouTube videos. It's a pretty good sounding mic. It's not that sensitive, like to say it's not oversensitive, but it does pick up pretty good. I have to say though, I have to boost this mic around 50 decibels through my mixing board and out through my Canon C300 Mark II when I'm doing YouTube videos, because sometimes it just doesn't pick up very good as it's channeling through all of these channels here. But I need to do that because I like to mix my audio as it goes into the camera. Now on the pod mic from Rode, I do have to boost it a lot too, around 58 decibels. It is a softer mic, so it's built heavier, it feels tougher, but the sensitivity is a lot lower than the Zoom. So I did have to boost it up a little bit more, but nonetheless, it sounds really clean. How clean, you ask? Well, let's get it tested out compared to the ZDM-1. Let's get these hooked up and see what it does. Okay, so we're gonna test the Zoom ZDM-1 mic, and you're hearing it right now as we speak. So let's do a little vocal test and try to do some pop test as well. If you could hear that, pop, pop, pop. How now, brown cow? Pop, 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 pop. This is the ZDM-1 testing. That sounds pretty good, I have to admit. But let's see how the new pod mic sounds. Okay, so we have the new Rode pod mic on. This thing is built really well. Though it is a little bit softer, you're going to notice a little bit more of a sharper sound. I have to admit, the diaphragm inside of the Rode pod mic is a lot different than the Zoom ZDM-1. On the other hand, the Zoom ZDM-1 is a little bit more sensitive, so you get the volume out of that one without working as hard. Now, there is an issue here though, because the Zoom ZDM-1 does not have a certain feature that the Rode pod mic does. It's a really big feature. That features an internal pop filter. The ZDM-1 just does not have that. I actually use this pop filter on the top of the ZDM-1, which is something I don't need on the Rode pod mic. And that's really cool because I don't have to hide the look of my mic. It's a really good build. It has a really good metallic feel to it, and it's heavier, as stated before. This mic does a lot better as far as blocking out outside noises without me having to add a lot of compression on the top. Now, both of those audio clips were coming straight from the microphone into the camera. And typically this is not my setup. Typically I'm boosting from my mixer into the camera, but I wanted to test out how these microphones do on their own directly into my Canon C300 Mark II camera. I think they did pretty good for the most part, but I know I'm going to get a lot better sound out of the Rode pod mic too, and I'm starting to fall in love with it. So there you have it, guys and gals, the Rode pod mic versus the ZDM-1 from Zoom. Let me know down in the comments what you think about those microphones, and if you own it, tell me how you like it. Flaws? No flaws? Perfect for you? Let us know. And so we'll catch you on the channel at the same place. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can catch the next video. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next, but it's coming. All right, y'all. See you next time.